guys, Margo with Mint here, and today I'm sitting with Raudel Barba, former tennis pro and now pickleball pro. Thank you, Raudel, for sitting here with me today. How are you today?
Doing good. My pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Awesome. So I know that you grew up in Carlsbad and you did a variety of sports, looking at your bio. Can you tell me how you got into professional training and kind of picking tennis and pickleball?
Well, growing up in this nice little beach village, Carlsbad, growing up pretty much at the Boys and Girls Club, doing all the sports and having a lot of fun and just competing at any level. It was fun, but being, like I said, here in Carlsbad, everybody's a surfer and outdoors, and there's runners, jackers, and then just evolved from the Boys and Girls Club competing and just picked up different sports as I went.
What made tennis pop out to you?
Well, I was very fortunate out in La Costa Resort here in Carlsbad. There was a great champion player and coach named Pancho Segura. He definitely motivated me to get into the game and to excel. He was the one who told me that, listen, if you want to be a pro, you're going to have to work a little harder. And I'd already been playing maybe about a year at the time. I played football in high school and college, and I was one of those crazy pole vaulters with a long pole. So basically, a lot of it's genetics. My dad was a professional athlete. My mom was an athlete.
Awesome.
And the bottom line for me, I think I never took no for an answer. So when somebody told me that I couldn't do this, I would say, well, let's see.
Yeah.
And a lot can be said about, like I said, not taking no for an answer and just working real hard.
And what did your parents do?
My dad was actually a jockey.
Oh, nice.
A 5'6" jockey.
Oh,
And
wow.
And my mom was not a professional athlete, but she was a great athlete, a horsewoman.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
that's funny that your parents were kind of like in the horse realm, and then you kind of picked up tennis.
Exactly right. Actually, we lived on a ranch in southern San Clemente. There used to be a ranch where actually Richard Nixon, the president at the time, he was our neighbor, and it was quite interesting growing up in this nice little beach town.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so, kind of from all of your experiences, how did you get into coaching? I know you said in your bio that you're a giver and you've always seen yourself as a teacher. Can you just explain more on that?
Well, I think a lot of it is just my mentors of my coaches. The great advice that I got from them, and like I said, I was lucky enough to be around some great, knowledgeable coaches, from not necessarily just for tennis, but of course, in football and all, and they were my mentors, pretty much the coaches, and I just wanted to kind of give back, I guess.
Yeah.
You get to a certain level in your life, and you want to give back, and every time I teach a lesson, whatever, I'm always thinking about what my mentors would say.
That's awesome. And so now today, what are you coaching?
Today I'm coaching, well, obviously pickleball. I've been in pickleball 12 years. I've won a national championship in singles. I do mostly singles, and I'm actually getting ready to go play nationals in Naples, Florida in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And I'm in a new division. I turned 70 10 days ago, so I'm in a new division, and I'm looking forward to beating up on some old guys. But like I said, pickleball is such a great sport. I mean, more of the top pros in tennis are kind of evolving to pickleball in a sense, but it's such a family fun activity that grandparents or grandkids, and very exciting stuff.
So it seems like you've done everything, but in your career, just overall, what is something that really resonated with you in your career that impacted you?
Well, that's a very good question. At every level, improvement can happen if you're a good coach, and a lot of it's communication with students and whatever. But been fortunate to have players improve and to get on the tour for tennis. I used to travel with the team, the USA team, and one of my players actually defeated Andre Agassi. Well, that was kind of a yeah for me. Of course, Andre at the time was only 15, but still a win's a win. And then anyway, so
super cool.
Yeah.
And I know, kind of talking to you about this, I'm really curious, just as an outsider, but because you did tennis and pickleball, I know there's controversy. There used to be, I don't know if there still is today, but I want to ask you because you're kind of in the both worlds.
Sure.
What is it like for a tennis player to go into pickleball? Where like the advantages, the disadvantages of that, and like, are they friends? Are they not friends?
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, you know what, a couple things. One, as a tennis player evolving to pickleball, when I played tennis professionally, I was a serve volley. I would serve and run in. Where in pickleball, that's like, you cannot do that. That's number one rule. The ball has to bounce when it comes back. So that took some time. And also the non-volley zone, that 7 feet from the net is this crazy line, and I was taught to close the net out.
Yeah.
So as tennis players, a lot of times, you know, they have to learn how to do that. I mean, the biggest one I see for students is, one is they'll serve and they'll run in, and the ball comes, I actually hit it, and the next one is to fly themselves into the net for a volley. But and also right now there's a lot of tennis players transferring over in. You know, with the strokes of it, and you know, it seems to me that it's. I'll put it this way: I think it's easier for a tennis player to go to pickleball than a pickleball player to go to tennis.
I agree.
And I'm still yet to see somebody that tells me, "Hey, I'm quitting pickleball. I'm going to be a tennis player." Usually, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I feel like as someone that is like the outsider, you're kind of like, do they have? I don't know, because I was a soccer player.
Okay, sure.
So it's soccer and futsal, and it was kind of like we would go and play futsal to kind of get more of that, the fundamentals, and like improve our skills.
Right.
Is it kind of like that, or is it just completely different where it's two separate sports?
Well, you know, there's one of the reasons that I think it's getting so popular is because a lot of it is the same type of movement. Obviously, the paddle is 13 inches long, where a tennis racket is 26 inches long, so that adjustment needs to be made, but there's a lot of lateral movement, a lot of the same parts of it. And I think one of the reasons about pickleball is that, you know, the dimensions of the court. I mean, on one tennis court you can have 4 pickleball courts.
Yeah.
So right away, you don't have to be a great athlete, and also the geometry is still very much important. But really, the only negative thing I'm hearing about pickleball in the reality is the noise, the banging, and I think it's because people are laughing too loud. That's what I think. You know, they're having fun over there. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, and there's still some old schoolers out there that I have some old friends that played on the tour, and that are still hanging in there. Well, I'm not, I'm going to wait for a while, but which is okay. That's okay. And there's a lot of, history involved with both sports, and so.
That's awesome.